Warning, this content may be disturbing to some audiences. Subscribe. If you dare.
Got so drunk he went running naked through the city until the police finally arrested him. Hey everybody, welcome to ANECDOSED. People ask Reddit. What is the best drunk story you have about a friend that you're not allowed to tell in their presence?
Number 1.
Commenter. 20 years old, let friends stay at home after a party, continue drinking into the night, go to bed. Wake up the next day, go into the living room where I had 3 friends sleeping. Poop everywhere. Poop. Flip my shit. Friend crawling on the floor grabs my leg who shit on me. He's covered in shit. In shit stained underwear. His pants across the room on the floor, poop larger than I've ever seen in them, and a smear trail leading away. He denies it even today. He was a big guy, and the amount of poop was devastating. I had to replace furniture. Person B. Similar story, party in high school and some drunk girl is outside crying for her friend, we'll call her Jane. I went inside to find Jane to go deal with her crying pal and she passed out on the couch. Hair, face, body and couch all covered in her vomit. I woke her up and clearly embarrassed and bewildered but still drunk. Oh no, someone threw up on me. I just told her straight. I'm not sure how I think that might have been you. Person C. Tagging onto this, I had a buddy who got blackout drunk, shit in a friend's dryer, she didn't check /smell etc. And she threw her clothes in and turned it on. Person D. Last year after a party a friend woke up and came downstairs screaming who the F threw up in my bed. Couldn't believe it was himself.
Number 2.
This happened while my friend was incredibly drunk. As we left the ballroom at a formal dance we were in, we went into an elevator with 2 cops in it. My friend proceeds to wave to them, turns around, now facing the elevator door, and proceeds to unzip his pants and pee on the elevator door. He was arrested and spent 17 hours in jail where he claimed to have met a pimp named Vanilli V. He still has the pimp's number.
Number 3.
Commenter. We were at a bar in Boston, snacking, drinking, and talking. Mid-sentence my friend threw up on the floor, and then carried on like nothing was wrong. To this day she denies it. Person B. At a bar in New Orleans one time, a friend was standing between my brother and I while we were seated at the bar. In the middle of our conversation, he excuses himself, leans down under the bar, vomits, then returns to standing and asks us for a mint. Person C. I was with a friend at a bar and we were pretty wasted. Sitting outside on the balcony smoking some cigars. My friend takes a puff and pukes all over the table. Then he looks at me and his cheeks are all puffed out, obviously filled with more puke, and starts shrugging his shoulders like I don't know what just happened. Then ran to the bathroom to finish. Same bar. Different friend, equally wasted. I get up to take a piss and when I come back he's like I puked. I'm like yeah I remember, on the way here. Turns out he puked a second time in the flowers at the bar.
Number 4.
After a lovely Italian banquet, dressed semi-formally, my best friend, her brother and his girlfriend, and I decide to continue drinking at our local watering hole. My friend ate tripe and God only knows what else and upon arrival at the bar, announces that she needs to go. Except it's like a effing high school reunion in there and she refuses to poop in a small 2-stall extremely crowded bathroom. So we head back outside and she finds an alley and proceeds to liquid shit a mere 20 feet from the bar with me on watch out. All's better and she's finishing up when a gust of hot wind comes from behind her and takes the stank of poo directly into my face. Immediately vomited. We both don't like to talk about it.
Number 5.
A few years ago, on New Year's Eve my friend, who we'll call him got tits shattered drunk, she made that phrase up that night. After having such fun adventures as telling the guy with his dick out that she's seen better and falling off the toilet and into the shower I decided it was time to take her drunk ass home. My dad lived about 3 miles away so after stuffing her into the car I bought her over and deposited her in the first available room with a bed. I go into the kitchen to get her some good old H2O when I hear my name, Emma's taking her clothes off. Go to the back of the house and sure enough Emma's someone gotten her dress off but is tangled up in her tights and lo and behold, she's got no underwear on. My poor father is facing the wall in the opposite direction and is the reddest I have ever seen him. Even his bald spot was a lovely shade of maroon. Anyways I get him all situated and go out to find my dad. He just looks at me and says we shall never speak of this again. And it was so.
Number 6.
Commenter. Once my friend tried to kiss me, then proceeded to pee in her cat's litter box. Person B. At least it was her own cat's litter box. A pair of good friends of ours married, came to party and stay the night. Hubby is tired and goes downstairs to sleep. Wifey is too drunk to move, so she stays on the couch. Come morning, there is an obvious urine smell and significantly more pee in the main floor litter box than our cats could produce in an evening, as well as a mysterious pile of paper towels. We might not be friends if the issue was pressed much further in the morning, but she has an established history of peeing in inappropriate places, laundry baskets and the like, when drunk. Funny thing, if she'd turned left instead of right, she'd have found an actual toilet rather than a litter box, and actual toilet paper instead of having to drunkenly dig through cabinets to open an enormous package of paper towels. Oh well, at least it was clumping litter.
Number 7.
Commenter. A big group of my friends went out one night after some pretty serious pre-gaming. They get to a bar, drink some more, everyone's really wasted and a couple hours pass. Eventually the group reconvenes and decides to call it a night. At this point, they realize one person, let's call him K, is missing. But they just assume he's found his way home and leave. The next morning, K is nowhere to be found. It isn't until 24 hours later that they finally found out what happened. K got so drunk he went running naked through the city until the police finally arrested him. He blew a BAC of .288. Person B. I know a guy who got so drunk that he asked another pretty muscular dude to punch him in the face. It broke his chin in multiple places and at the hospital he blew a .40. Person C. I have a friend who we lost on a night out clubbing who woke up on a boat the next morning. Receiving that text at 8 a.m. the next day was brilliant, bro, I just woke up on someone's boat.
Number 8.
My freshman year of college, me and my small group of friends went to my boyfriend's family's cabin for a weekend of drinking. The first night there we all got pretty shitty and somehow the night ended with me and the other girl in the group having a competition to see who can get their boyfriend to stay hard longest. Then it turned into a blowjob race. And then it ended in the two couples of the group having sex with their partner, with the odd guy out just jerking it. All of this was going on in the same room. Everybody swore to not speak of it after that night.
Number 9.
Commenter. My cousin took me and two other friends out to celebrate the new year. One of the friends, Amy, had not eaten before drinking and demanded McDonald's. As we were pulling in the near empty parking lot at the hour only people like us are out, her favorite song came on. She opened the door of the moving vehicle, jumped out, and landed on her feet. Then began to shake it like a salt shaker across the parking lot. Person B. Dude took a piss in the drive-thru, tripped over his own pants and we had to pull him back into the car with his pants around his ankles. This was about 7 p.m. and there were way too many people around.
Number 10.
5 of us spent the weekend in Juarez a while back, before it was so murdery. One dude drank nothing but tequila and spent the whole night chatting up a girl he was convinced was the hottest thing he had ever seen. We spent the whole night trying to convince him she was a dude. One blowjob in an alley later, she flops out her cock for reciprocation. He actually threw up on him/her and ran out to us yelling FFF. We laughed and laughed. And left. Then laughed some more. If we ever try to tell that story around him, he will take his ball and go home, immediately.
Number 11.
A friend of mine once drunkenly pulled out her tampon and chewed on it. Then she tried to, have sex with/strangle everyone. We're not really friends anymore. But that is a story that's never been told to her, because we all think she doesn't really remember, and if she does is way too mortified to acknowledge it, so we all just silently share the horrifying memory of that night.
Number 12.
We had a big party at my house and my female best friend got very, very drunk. In the morning, I woke to find that she had puked all over my bathroom. I then followed her trail of destruction upstairs. I see that my 13-year-old son's bedroom is ajar. Fortunately, he is with his mother that weekend because when I peer in the open door, I find my friend passed out and wearing nothing below the waist. Not only is she bottomless, she is laying spread eagle in such a way that I get a full, wide open crotch shot. Not thinking, I quickly retreated downstairs to avoid embarrassing her and to clean up her vomit in the downstairs bathroom. I didn't close the door, not wanting to wake her and have her discover me staring right at her crotch. A short time later, my 17-year-old comes downstairs from his room. He lets us know that he got the same view I did. If I ever mention that story again, I think our 10-year-plus friendship will be over.
Number 13.
Commenter. I was at my friend's party and things were winding down, people were leaving, so me and a couple of friends decided we were too drunk to leave and stay the night. I slept on the floor next to my friend's bed and woke up at about 3 in the morning to him getting up. He proceeded to walk over to the corner of his closet and start peeing. I got up and asked him what the hell he was doing and tried pulling up his pants for him, but he pushed me away and said let a brother take his piss. He still to this day denies that he did it to everyone I tell it to. Person B. My buddy once drunkenly pissed on the nativity scene under another friend's Christmas tree. He wrote them a card the next day saying he was sorry he ruined Christmas. Person C. My buddy did this too. He was sleeping on the couch, blackout drunk, gets up, goes to the fridge and pisses on everything in it. My boyfriend threw him out of the house only in his boxers and told him he was never allowed back inside. Our friends had to gather his stuff and he slept outside. He swore he was in the bathroom, but the evidence is right there. Also, our other friend was occupying the bathroom at the time. He's still not allowed back.
Number 14.
My friend and I were extremely intoxicated and decided we really needed to take a piss in the woods near a house party we had gone to. As we were both perched on a hill, her behind me, squatting and holding onto the ground for dear life, she fell and I proceeded to pee on her face. She didn't even yell for me to stop.
Number 15.
About 2 or so years ago, my friend's sister was turning 18, so the family held a party for her before she went to a club. My friend himself, both younger, got to invite me and a few others over as well as his sister's own friends. We're all drinking to celebrate before she and her friends go for the night, and everyone there becomes absolutely plastered, parents included. At this stage the sister and friends are gone, so it's me, my friend and some of our other friends, as well the parents and some of their friends. We were still drinking, but we had retired to the TV for a bit. Remote isn't working, turns out it's missing batteries entirely. Friend says to his mother that there's no batteries in the remote, she responds saying that she left them in her vibrator. Cue silence. Then everyone except my friend laughing hysterically. Mother tries to ameliorate the situation saying she was joking and that she doesn't have a vibrator. Friend's dad chimes in, yeah, it's my vibrator. More laughter, more disgust, forever a good memory. Except for my friend, who gets annoyed if we ever bring this up again near him. Make sure to share your personal story in the comments below and have the opportunity to be featured in a future video. Also, if you like these topics, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to continue seeing more content like this every day. See you next time.